Hi friends, welcome back to Nessa's Nook. So I need to make up some more of the brown gravy mix because we're almost out. And I wanted to add some to this because when I made it last time I put a little bit too much pepper, so I'm going to back out the pepper just a little bit because there still is pepper quite a bit in this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making a new batch of the brown gravy mix. Now when I make this, obviously you use 2 tablespoons of mix to 1 cup of water. I have actually made this with the beef broth too. Whatever it is you want to use, water or whatever have you, it works either way. So I'm going to bring it down here and show you. This pulls together so easy. Forgot the whisk, of course. This pulls together so super easy. And it saves you a lot of money from buying those store-bought gravy mixes. What I would like to do is if anybody has a way to know how you could actually make the turkey without actually buying turkey mixes, that would be great. I would love to know that myself. I mean, I've made this with the chicken, but the broth, the broth does not, you know, like the broth, the powdered broth, doesn't come in a turkey flavor. So I'm only going to make a double batch of that because I want to put this in here, but I want to mix all 3 of them together. I might as well just go ahead and toss that one in here too, so everything gets mixed nicely. So what I need is, I will need 2 cups of flour, which I got. Then I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of the beef broth. Now you're not going to want to add salt because this beef broth automatically has so much salt. It's just crazy. Alright, now it does say add 1 tablespoon of garlic, so I'm going to have to do 2. I'm going to have to get out my other garlic here in just a second. And the same will go for the onion mix, and I buy my most of my spices in bulk because I use just so much of them. So I'll be using 2 tablespoons of onion, and then I am only going to use, it calls for what would be 1.5. I'm just going to use just the 1. Because like I said, this is, it was so peppery that even probably that 1 is even just a little bit too much. And it says 1 teaspoon of parsley. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put some in. I'm not going to measure because I don't have my teaspoon one out. And get that in there. And all I'm going to be doing is mixing this up. Now what I do highly suggest doing is each time before you go to use it, this is obviously good for at least probably about good 6 months, shelf stable. When you go to use this, I always pre-shake it up again in the jar before I pull out the tablespoons for the gravy. Alright, that's looking pretty mixed there. And this can save you so much money. I don't know how many, I want to say probably maybe 2 tablespoons or whatever is in them little packages from the store. I don't know how many exactly is really in there, but I know it's not very much. So I'm going to go ahead and start pouring this in my jar. Some over here. Like I said, I will pre-shake this before using this also. Just a whole bunch of spices in that one corner. And maybe that's how we managed to get that one part that was so peppery. It's fine if you were using just probably peppered gravy, but you kind of push that down a little bit. Get the rest of that in there. Alright. So this right here, like I said, I'm going to shake this up always before each use. And shake it a little bit up while it's in here like this. But like I said, that's actually, you're going to use 2 tablespoons of the powder to 1 cup of water. Usually it seems like when I do use this, we're using something where we're cooking with the gravy, plus I want gravy over the potatoes. So we end up usually making the 2 cups for us versus the 1 cup. I mean, the 1 cup would be fine for not that many people, or if you don't like it on your potatoes plus whatever you have it on, like when we do what's that called? Salisbury steak, where you want it over your Salisbury steak too, plus your potatoes, that's what I mean, you know. But this can save a lot of money. I don't know when the last time I made some of this was, but we go through this, we'll go through this at least probably in a couple months. I mean, because we have enough stuff with gravy that we actually need to have that in there. So my question is to you, have you ever made your own? And if you have, did you do anything differently than what I have? I'll have the recipe down below for this. Like I said, this works very easy. It's very tasty. What I also do is, my mom always used this to make it in smaller containers. I was going to try to freeze dry some of this, but it bubbled up everywhere all over my freeze dryer, so I won't do that. But this makes it even nice in the really dark brown that you see in the packages from the store. But I mean, this pretty much, other than the ingredients that's actually in this, which you don't have to use. You know what's in your stuff. You know there's less chemicals. You know, obviously, you know, you bought the spice of whatever it is that you think you need. I just use regular all-purpose flour. I did find out that a lot of, I know Kirkland, I don't shop at Costco, I don't have a Costco card, but yeah, I got this off Amazon. But this is actually California garlic. Now, I don't know for sure if you realize this, but a lot of garlic comes from like China. So even though I was always buying them wherever I found them on sale, when I was doing a little bit of research, you're going to want to try to always grab the California garlic. It is actually in California versus overseas. I know a lot of spices do come from overseas, but if you can control what comes and what doesn't, that's always better. So let me know if you've made this before, and like I said, if you've made any changes, and if you have made this before, did you actually like it? Let me know. And thank you very, very much for stopping by. You have a very blessed and wonderful day.